For now, though, we'll have to wait and see. For BBL, survival now on the line. Their shot at playoffs disintegrates if they lose this map, and if the numbers aren't incorrect, if they win this map, they make it.
Well, that's it for BBL. I think you have to imagine the pressure that these players are under. Now the reality really starts to set in, but they're not playing passive and waiting for their opponents to make a mistake, make a move instead. Going for some mid-aggression. Hadn't seen anybody there, so the rotates are back, but these players are close on hand to maybe try to pick off some of these A players. So the shock dart's good for Mr. Fallen, but he dodges the next one. 50 HP, just about holding on to life. And this squad for Fut, about to be pressured on with the paranoia coming through, and out of Captain caught down below, but there's support from Mr. Fallen. Pora, the one to pick up both those kills, damage done to CNET. Little cracks will avoid as any further damage with the decay disintegrating. He swings out, catches one, right clicks from Brave, not landing, and the wall up. And Brave attempt from Pora, but it's not going to work out. Too many players surrounding him, and a pistol under the belt of Fut. Yeah, CNET playing the Jet as well. Difference in compositions, right? For BBL, actually taking space is going to be that little bit more complicated, whereas CNET here, he's going a bit more direct, dashing in.
We've seen this Omen before, and it definitely at times has been very hit and miss. Paranoia is great, smokes for extra space, fantastic. But the loss of movement or aggressive movement can be a big problem. So we'll see. I think that's mainly going to be a problem when it comes to going into the attack.
For sure. Yeah, here they only have classics. That's why Mr. Fallen's having such an easy time picking them off. And finding himself his ultimate in the process. Hunter's Fury online for next. Out of Captain, finding the final. 2-0 to start this one out. And a big round. It also means the pressure is on for him. If he decides to stay aggressive after the drone's gone through, which he doesn't, concedes the space. At this point, though, you start to think Fut are not just looking for that orb. The knife has gone down on yellow, but the players flooding the site is more so what gives that away. A plant all ready to be secured. Now we can see the advantage of having that Hunter's Fury late. They are still fighting, still pushing. CNED alongside Ada Captain are in the spawn almost, and now looking to fight back. It's almost like they're the defenders attempting a retake. Their own little fight. Their own battle supported by spams out of cracks through walls and walls. They're finding all the kills. Oh, a disaster for BBL. Kushner barely even gets his gun. In fact, he doesn't get a chance to shoot at anyone. Hunter's Fury, Tom, was
the Sage. They've made it look very, very easy, especially towards that B site, where again you'd have the expectation of there be snake bites to stop them getting the plant. This time, it does seem like BBL are going to be a bit more aggressive with their utility, but unfortunately, they don't have the guns.
Yeah, even Brave, Stinger, not really going to be able to do much from that position. Tags are decent, especially considering the weaponry in play. I mean, those are Sheriffs tapping through that smoke. But again, following up on the back of it will be tough. If they could get the Hunter's Fury out of them, they'd be delighted. This early on, this is really a round where I don't expect much from this side. Some aggressive stances, but again, that's because CNET can just get out of there. Good spray out of cracks, farming up orbs, and just like that, it comes to a conclusion. Convincing one for Fut. 3 players left alive. Ults farmed up as well. Getting a lot of those orbs.
I'm coming with a game plan. Right now, BBL still trying to react. Okay, they want those openers. That's what they're going for here. And CNET, he uses the disruption to his advantage. Pora, they know he's here already. This is already just falling apart completely. Finally, Elite drops somebody on the side of Fut as they're looking to retreat. He's going to try and catch him, and while Cracks has won that battle as well. Now there's even a hesitation for Fut going, well, we got another kill. Do we just go back towards the A site?
I mean, really take your pick. Probably, I'd like to see them group together in the death ball, but with how things have been going so far, sure. Let's try to make the individual plays. Ada Captain's low, has a Viper's Pit, and just wants to secure some extra space. Sees backside clear, and now the call is set. Plant up on A, and allow the late lurk of yenerse to come through. Ada Captain can catch him on the way in. yenerse will catch him on the way out. Yeah, okay. I see for a second Kushner starts stepping forward, but he's just trying to catch an angle with the op and eventually decides to give them a little bit more room to work with. So back towards yellow, and I would assume that they will carry these weapons forward. Even then, bridging all those gaps is going to be tough.
This is a really bad sign for BBL. As mentioned already, they are in one of the weirdest scenarios we've seen. Where if they win this series, they finish top in their group. If they lose 2-0, which they are currently on track for, they are out. And Liquid take their place. It is not a scenario we've seen before, and it is not one I think we're likely to see again. And it's not getting any better for them. They know where this last man is, and even though yenerse walks out without his gun ready, Mr. Fallen is 5-0.
Ada Captain last round managed to get the Viper's pit in play. Null command for cracks. And yeah, BBL have some of their own, but they've struggled to get anything done.
He just picked up an orb over on A that got him the Hunter's Fury of his own. So again, one of the major problems should be getting the plants, and especially with the Hunter's Fury, that's definitely going to make things a little bit more awkward, though he is on the other side of the map. And you can see again from Fut, they are more than happy to just take this control. I almost feel like at this point BBL might be showing them a little bit too much respect.
Maybe, and that could be their problem in some games. We see this team consistently in series and in maps be slow to start. We looked at the percentages, it's always like the late half, the kind of second quarter that they managed to find the majority of the rounds. Hunter's Fury, it's not. It's caught Mr. Fallen. The spam from Kushner off the back of the reveal works perfectly. Null command burnt up right here and now. Plan has been secured, and now the fight back through the pit's going to be tough.
Well, that's the problem. It was meant for Plant Denial. It hasn't worked out. Cena just went sliding away, but he's still been caught. The best scenario we've seen so far for BBL. Ada Captain is already tagged desperately low within this. The time is ticking. They need to get a move on. They're hoping to try and find someone. The dart has revealed, and that leaves just one in Ada Captain. He's managed to dance his way around. He's trying to deny the defusal, and he's found a couple of kills. I don't know how he's managed to do this. Ada Captain has just pulled off maybe the most ridiculous clutch we've ever seen. How has he done that?
Utterly speechless. We need a replay. Cue it up. Get it up there.
The thing is, we saw it from his POV, and I still don't believe it. It's
I need to see this a second, a third, a fourth time.
He was, I think, 36 HP.
Out of ammo.
Doesn't hit the shot. Then just goes with the shorty. Gets both players. It's ridiculous.
Look at yenerse. yenerse's been breaking the sound barrier down on the stage when they win rounds conventionally.
Could have. It definitely was meant to be. But Ada Captain, again, one of the most enjoyable players to watch. One of the friendliest guys, and an absolute demon in the server. He's kicked things off versus Pora. Again, the finances not in a good position for BBL. They've got a lockdown, but you have to remember, ults were committed in that round as well. There's so many negatives to what we've just witnessed. Breezy hasn't managed to get anything. Kushner, however, has, and he's actually making a good go of this. In fact, they're looking for an instant response. 5 HP, though. Getting out of his important. Teaming up with the rest of BBL. He's still actually fighting, and he's going to go down for it.
Oh, this is dangerous. They can decide to push this on the side of Fut, but right into Elite's Sheriff. Beautiful shot. Recon just to check. There's no flank waiting to catch him. He's going to have to run, but he'll make it. Out of there just in time, but the mid flank is watched by Brave. There he is. Mr. Fallen spotted him. Brave knows he's been seen. He'll start to back off. Taking this fight together is so important. This is a clutch that they cannot lose on the side of BBL. After that previous round as well. Mr. Fallen, he was slow on the first map, like we said. He wasn't fragging out, but now 8-2. Starting to find his groove. They've split up on the side of BBL. 2 1v1s on offer, but time is going to be the real issue. 12 seconds to get onto that B site, find the plant, and these players are close by. In fact, a perfect angle found by Elite. 1 round on the board for BBL. It's taken a while, but it always does with this team.
Yeah, they get to skip that stage. BBL, they lose this map, they're not even in playoffs. They win this map, and they are. It's as simple as that.
There's a part of me that wants to see this series even just conclude on a third map, second map, wouldn't matter to me, but these two teams...
The other part is a Liquid fan.
That's the bigger part. But it would have been, could be even beautiful if we end up there. For now.
No real damage in. Again, that Hunter's Fury is available for Mr. Fallen. He's already going to be falling back. He's going to use it preemptively. They like to do this with disruptive plays, but the flash only catches 1.
It's not enough for them. Fut have time on their side, but the advantage for BBL is they look to fight close, spam through, catching yenerse. Kushner, a Shrouded stepped up top. good position to play from now as they can just smoke off this choke point and start the defuse halfway already, and the kills keep flooding in. CNED's the last man standing, and he has no chance to deny this. In fact, almost just trying to save the weapon right under their nose. And it looks like he'll get away with it too, just in time. He revealed his hand in the last.
Now at least. CNED one away from a Bladestorm res still available for Pora, but it's so situational. Reezy again has managed to take that orb. They haven't really challenged that on the side of Fut. He's been able to build that orb almost all the way back up from the crazy round they lost. Just a couple ago. Already a pretty decent read. A fourth player looking like he might even be able to rotate in or at least play in mid. They're in a great spot here, BBL.
Even taking fights from around these positions that they're currently in is fine. Pora is the one guy I don't want to see go down with that res in the back pocket. For Fut, taking space and playing post plant isn't even the main name of the game. Right now they're trying to fake this out, trying to make some noise so that yenerse can catch any flankers, any over-aggression on the side of BBL, but the rotates have come in through spawn, keeping mid secure with the Killjoy utility, and having a second player, a third, in fact, up and around that kitchen area. The rotates back, it's the right read, and the side of A has been left mostly open. The main issue is the time. With 35 seconds left, the fake is being sold now by Mr. Fall, and this is getting them. Just take a look over at the A side on the minimap. You're already seeing Reezy give up control of Heaven. He starts to go back. They're now realizing that the push isn't coming through, that it's probably an A play, but they can't get here in time. Fut have already overrun the site, and now it looks like a plant will come in. The shock darts, we've seen them before. A second one's on the way out. A captain's got to move, and he's taken a lot of damage for that plant. Something for BBL to work with as they go straight back in, and a great reveal combined with the paranoia finds the opening.
Cracks with an immediate trade though. Keeps things even. The wall has been problematic for them. The shot's not quite connecting, and they're already getting this one to half. In fact, Reezy's just going to stick it all the way, but it doesn't quite get diffused. It's still left down to Captain. Snake bites have been thrown in. He knows he needs to get up close. He needs to try and find that lineup, but they've got the res thrown in at the perfect moment. I don't know if he's going to be able to stop this. The span this time isn't enough. He'll kill off Brave, but the round is taken once again by BBL.
You have a wall and body blocks, res just couple rounds.
Oh, Bladestorm immediately utilize. It gives them a buy, something extra. Counter smoke to make things a little bit more awkward for CNED, but you can almost see into the mind of the Turkish jet. There is a temptation to try and make a play off of this. Not right now, though, at least. A few tags hit on either side. But again, look at where the spike is. Currently sat just outside A. This is all a ruse, a plan to try and bait rotations once again, and an aggressive position has been taken by Ada Captain, hoping that somebody goes rotating through the kitchen. The thing is, he knows that turret is there. Maybe the hope is that Killjoy goes down, he can try and capitalize off the space. But for now, it's just all about patience.
Brave is on the way back towards yellow. This is where the real danger is.
Brave'in 2 kili var mı?
The dash has come in and CNED's found him. Yeah, the fight seemed quite telegraphed, and Brave was in the wrong spot to find any sort of success. Ada Captain now breaks a turret, causes them to look the other way, and that's when Mr. Fallen strikes a beautiful trade, even if not intended. But Reezy gets a little bit of his own done. That kill might just set their eyes on the site where they now believe the spike to be around, but look at the flank! Oh, he connects it in the dart was seen. yenerse not able to find the shots and bails out just in time. 5 bullets left in that magazine as they attempt to move forward towards this spike. Bladestorm still for CNED. He can get up and above, trying to catch the head of Pora. Can't quite connect, but with Reezy down, there's no diffuser, and there's no one to even attempt it for Pora. Finding both of these players is near impossible, and CNED finds him first. 7-3 now. Fut back on the board, breaking the win streak of BBL.
Again, no problems in terms of money for BBL. I think if they can get 4 or 5 rounds, it's not a death sentence. It's still going to be tough, don't get me wrong, especially with the alterations Fut have made to this comp to bring in that Killjoy. The Sage on the defense, not as much of a loss. If they get to 9, I don't know if there's a response.
Yeah, that is where even the pistol could just tip the pendulum in their favor. Alarmbot left behind to cover their flank. No one will be sneaking up. They've watched the Fut demo.
Bol bol döndürerek oynayacaklar ya.
The rotates from Fut. They were stacked up outside A. It looked like BBL made the right gamble, but now the B site's the one under threat. The retake setup is going to have to be tested. Perhaps Brave can find a few with the spams through the smoke on the Phantom. yenerse lurking up on A. Smoke's about to fade, and he's just walked his way through an ambitious attempt from this man. He doesn't expect there to be another, but he's faded through the smoke. What? And now Mr. Fallen strikes, taking down Brave, who starts to rotate. They think it's A. Of course they think it's A. And that's when they lose their B player, lose their B site, and face into a 5 versus 3 post plan. An absolutely impeccable lurk from yenerse. Couldn't have planned it any better.
It's like fighting your shadow. You just don't know where he is. You can try and stamp him out, you can try and crush him, but ultimately he's still there, lurking behind you. A nice attempt from Bora to bait somebody into the fight, but they're more than ready for anything else, and at this stage, it just has to be the weaponry. They need to bring something through into the next round. Make sure they can at least get a purchase, and SEMİH, well, he's on the hunt. yenerse, as said, he's your shadow, he's behind you. He's the darkness.
They're all over him. Look at that mini-map. Players absolutely everywhere. SEMİH jumping around.
I hate it.
The human drone again. But not this time. Well played by Fut.
It's definitely unfortunate that you can understand why BBL wanted to head into this map, but Fut's attack side has looked impeccable. They did struggle on the defense last time, but as said, we've already seen the adaptations. Nice work from Bora, though. That's a huge double kill. Leaves Mr. Fallen and cracks, and not to say that this time they definitely know it's a hit towards that A side. That shot dart's going to do the work. At least make things a little bit more competitive. Now, Bora's still here, and he's low. He doesn't have any support. If they swing off this, it would almost have to be, well, yeah, I was going to say a missed shot from the other side. This is starting to get dangerous, Mitch.
I mean, I can forgive him for that, though. That flash was perfect. Now there's no utility left for Fut. Now they have to do it with just the rifles in hand. 20 seconds till Mr. Fallen even has a reveal, and that turret has to be destroyed. Has to be, there we go, has to be destroyed. Had a little bit of armor, I guess. It bought full shields. Lead down to 48. Kushner, though, behind this box. He wasn't able to find value last time. That very same smoke ended up giving them away back out. Now the jump on top of the box is what takes him down. Elite and Brave, the last two players. Okay, Brave, he's played this all round. He's been so slow, so methodical in clearing these corners, and now he's got the timing near perfect. It all depends on which way Mr. Fallen's looking. He's swapping his vision between the two angles, and if he turns at just the right moment, he'll catch Brave. BBL, nothing is going right for this squad with Elite on 48 HP, 1 versus 2, and a spike still to be defused. No time and no chance for BBL. 9-3. Fut and Liquid fans alike rejoicing.
Blunders, big blunders, that might just cost them absolutely everything. We've talked about 9-3 curses, fight backs to write home about, or BBL need to pull off an impeccable comeback. And as said, the problems of this comp before that Fut had diminished. That dart's not going to clear cracks or out of captain, but Bora has at least done a little bit of extra damage. Getting themselves further forward, but not committed to that plant just yet. He's still got the wall available to him.
BBL would be finding a record, I believe, if they lose this one, Tom. No team who's played 2 games in the week has lost both games. What a time.
It's not a record anyone wants.
No, no, I don't think it's one they're aiming for.
No.
Especially after the season. What a heartbreak it would be. It could be, and it might be. Plant to come through, Bora barely dodging that. Shock dart, but not the right click. Ada Captain's caught him with that. Advantage now to Fut. They found the pistol round to start this out, and by God, BBL need the pistol round to at least give them that leg up in this half. They're always slow to start, not just in maps, but in halves as well, and they cannot afford for that trend to continue here. 4 players fighting this choke point. Flash is good, but no follow-up on the back of it. Reveal, catches SEMİH, wallbang taking him down, cracks though. Backing him up on the side angle, SEMİH 7 HP, and he's gone running in! Just SEMİH things. 10 rounds now for Fut, and they don't lose a single player on the way back through. If that's not a death sentence for BBL, I don't know what is.
I'd love to know like a stat of like, here. I get to watch them play potentially a little bit more, but that's about the only positive.
I'll never say no to more Navi VODs. But ahead of an international event, I think that's the last thing they want.
Toxins going up.
10-3.
Single elimination. I don't think anyone wants that.
Very true.
Fut might avoid that.
And BBL a 4-spot here, Tom. The attacking side wants to move into A and find success here. They could have played 11-3 and fought with rifles, but their best chance is to interrupt them here and now through a smoke. Mr. Fallen picks up the first. There's another. As Captain eliminates Brave Viper Util down and out. Post plant ability, not even worth talking about because they have to get the plant down first. And the spike is in the open. They're about to swing 3 players from Fut on the back of the side, and a great transfer from Kushner. Good damage, but it's not enough. Not unless Elite can pull out a 1 versus 4. Ada and CNED, 1 shot to the body, but he won't get a chance. CNED again on 4 HP, swings.
In fact, maybe just one have managed to make this happen. That is not the start they're looking for. CNED immediately pops the head of Pora. And with what they've got in this round, taking an early loss, not what was needed.
He almost gets baited into it as well, Tom. The deep knife means that he can take 1 step forward and not get caught by it. Maybe get a good flank timing, something like that. But he didn't account for CNED being on top yellow, watching the angle, ripping his head off. Weak weapons across the board for BBL. Barely any weapons left. Mr. Fall, I don't think he's even seeing these players. He's just spamming it down. Captain's definitely got his eyes on the prize. 12-3. 1 more round.
Hit them in. That will be the one that probably haunts them. I think facing Fut was always going to be a nightmare. They've started this round off well, though. Very well, in fact. The aggression of the side of Fut for once has been punished. It wasn't much in the last map, and it hasn't been in this one. Mr. Fallen and yenerse are the final piece to the puzzle of them getting their first round on this side. Even still, it's easier said than done. He's completely surrounded, so I don't think any miracles will happen this time. yenerse hoping to pull off one of his own, but Reezy's quick to make sure that doesn't happen. Need 8 rounds in a row before they can even think about what will happen on Ascent. And I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to get even close. Fut have been so good. Operator now in for CNED. Hunter's Fury available, and the ult on the other side is a res, so unless it's going to be an early pick in an awkward position, Kushner is just looking to try and take the fight. As said, on this side, it's always more difficult. Him running that Omen doesn't allow for the same sort of shenanigans we see from the opposing side, and Pora might be going down here as well. He's managed to dodge and survive for the moment.
For the moment, yeah. That moment quickly passed. 3 players staring at him once the wall goes down. Defuse tapped, but not stuck just yet. Fut baiting them into fights. Shot from CNED with the dash on out as they reset. Wanting to go on the back of, I thought, a flash, but no, in fact, it's a nade that gets thrown through. yenerse drop. Push out of Kushner is perfect. Sure, CNED picks up 1, but the time now running low with players still to be found. They're still finding them, though. Spray out of Brave, good to catch out of Captain, and Elites on the off angle for more. There's still some life left in this game for BBL. They won't be...
Have won a couple of rounds that they never should have had. The round of Captain in the Viper's Pit, the 2 versus 4 that ensued towards the end of the half. And now it's all about trying to stabilize, trying to get back some of the magic that we've seen throughout the entirety of this split. Fut have had a blip or 2 of their own, but their season has been sublime. And while this man up close, he should be dead, but you always question if he's going to pull something off.
To be honest, it's CNED I look at in this round with the Blade Storm. Everybody else can do damage. They can pull them off with just Sheriffs, but these rounds with the Blade Storm is where everything can go right for CNED. No updraft to work with, and he, well, 1 of 6 knives was out. The wrong one, though. Kushner able to find that. Now up top, following up on another 3 kills for him, and it looks like they've locked in the anti-thrifty. With only damage being the name of the game, and one that won't really matter at 12-5.
For it to look like he was going to try and fragment the dart. I'm like, I would be very impressed. That's what's behind him. I say was because I doubt he is anymore, especially after map 1. I can't believe he stuck this.
At 12-6, sticking this ult all the way through. It's being watched. Captain knows this is a possibility. Fighting up close. yenerse Not expected after CNED's initial kill, and they make it out, avoiding Kushner. They're watching their back. They're aware that this is an angle he could be on, and it's all down to the timing. The swing from CNED gets the trade. The advantage stays in their hands. They made the mistake of tagging him down to 20 HP. That's where he's been hitting every single shot. He's been unkillable. Once he goes low, the ult is used to finally deal with CNED, to equalize the numbers, and perhaps get them a plant through on this side. Shock dart. Oh no! Pours down in the open. That's the spike. I mean, they can just about reach it by the looks of things.
I got the spike.
And they will do just that. With the advantage given away, and yenerse has ultimate online. The lockdown could be used at any moment just to force these players back with 40 seconds left. Time is a big deal for BBL. They can't go rotating to the other side. Commitment to this plant and post plants. They want to pick ahead of it. Razy can't find a single player. Backs off with the reveal. There'll be no further utility in play with that knife. Catching both. Nice shot for Cracks. Trying to get ahead of the fight was elite, but it's too little too late. 13-6, 2-0.